Hello, thinkers! Thank you for joining me for an in-depth training on how to input listings in CRMLS Matrix. My name is Shelley Wahlberg, and on top of being the marketing and education person for Think Boutique, I have several years' experience in prepping and coordinating listings and transactions for agents. I'm here to share my tips and tricks for getting those listings active without frustration. If you haven't taken one of my classes before, I like to just get on with it. So I'm going to move through information rather quickly. Feel free to pause, rewind, screenshot, or check out some of the handouts I provided in each section for checklists, forms, and tip sheets. So today we're going to cover listing prep, getting everything together ahead of time so you can input your listings quickly. Registration, how to register your listings to keep compliant with the Clear Cooperation Policy. What the CRMLS listing matrix input form is and why it's so important. Also, for Think Boutique agents, I made an electronic version that you can fill out on the go. I'm going to show you a live demonstration of a listing input, and we'll go over how to change listing statuses, closing out a listing, and any other tips and tricks I've learned to help you expedite the process. See you in the next section. All right, let's get started with listing prep. Here's a basic checklist of items you'll want to have handy before you begin inputting your listing. Your listing agreement, any SELM or exclusion forms you have to reference your timeline, a realist report with the tax assessor data, property description, and any other relevant property info like HOA company info, assessments, or mellow roofs. If you don't already have a realist report form when you prepped your listing agreement, here's how you access it. Start on your MLS homepage and find the link at the top for realist tax. Enter the address and search for the property. Here's what a report looks like. You're going to want to grab the info for the square foot of the house and the lot and the year it was built, and the tax tract and lot numbers. This property example is straightforward, and you can see the tract and lot numbers are also part of the legal description. Here's another example that has different information. There's no tax tract, but there's a census tract, and you can see the legal description says it's in the Lincoln Heights tract, Lot 6. Something to keep in mind is that every city or subdivision has slightly different information, so you're going to want to grab the most relevant information. So at this point in the process, you should have a copy of your listing agreement, your realist report, and your timeline dates, listing agreement date, expiration, date you plan to go active, and the date you can begin showings. The next step would be to register your listing. Here's a quick review of what the listing statuses mean. See the PDF I've attached to the class so you don't have to write all this down. Okay, I'll see you in the next part. Okay, on to listing registration. Listing registration is part of the Clear Cooperation Policy. This is to let the MLS know that you have a listing on file. Listings must be registered within 48 hours of signing the agreement. And it's quick and easy. You don't need a full listing description or amenities list. You just need the APN, address, listing price, and your timeline dates. Getting to the registration is easy. Click on the Add Edit link at the top of the page. Under that tab, select the link for Add New. Under the Add New menu, select Register Listing Contract. Under this tab, enter the county, APN, or street address and select Search. Here's everything you'll need for the registration, highlighted in yellow. Property type, list price, listing contract date, start marketing date, expiration date, county, city, subdivision, MLS area. That's it. When you submit the registration, the listing will be saved as incomplete status. In review, register your listing within 48 hours. You only need limited information. Only our brokerage and CRMLS will see it, and no marketing is allowed until the listing is under coming soon or active status. Now this step isn't 100% necessary, but it's great for gathering the information you will want or need beforehand. This is what the CRMLS matrix listing input form looks like. I will have a PDF copy of this attached to the class. Note, if there's a red asterisk, it's going to be required information. And for Think Boutique agents, I created a digital version of the input form that can be filled from your computer or phone. In the online version, I separated out the required fields from the optional fields to help expedite the process. You'll receive an email with a PDF copy after you submit. Okay, let's get started with the input process. Here's what you should have ready to go now: your contract, timeline, photos, listing description, and your MLS input info. Starting back at the home page, select Add Edit. Locate your registered listing and select Residential to modify and complete the input. Here's the input page with the tabs for Status, Basics, Description, Features, Land, Office, Green, and Power. At this point, you would either select Coming Soon or Active, as this is what determines which fields you will need to fill out. But here's a nice little shortcut to make sure you don't miss anything. Select your status, then click Validate. Of course, you're going to get a bunch of red exclamation points all over the page, telling you that you're missing stuff. But now, every required field will be highlighted with a red mark. This is just a little way to make finding your required fields easier. And after you complete each tab, validate again to make sure you aren't missing anything.